about. Trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist, am I worth anything or just a scout? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
That was Great Sounds of Watts Without Sign on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Preston, with my partner in crime, Long Island raised, Elm City made, Mr. EZ BlueZ. EZ BlueZ, you're always better with introductions more than me. Who do we have this today on the program?
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to jump back into the DeLorean. We're going to kick it up to 88 miles an hour. We're going to go back, all right, to just after the before times, just around the time when things started to lock and shut down and we were bubbleized just by our computer screens or bubbleized just by our phone screens. There, it was a Wednesday night. I know it was a Wednesday night because it was Wednesday night. It was a Wednesday night. And I'm flipping through my Facebook, and what do I see? Beat for beat, these producers are battling to get to that next level, to get to that next echelon. And out of nowhere, this man cuts in the X-Men 96 theme for no apparent reason, just loving it for every gosh darn minute. And from that point on, jumps from that to Michael Jackson, back to Michael Jackson, and around the corner. We're going left and right for no apparent reason, but don't catch feelings. This next man is fantastic, stupendous, and a heck of a guy. I want you to put your hands together, not if you're driving. If you're driving, please keep your hands at 10 and 2, because we don't need any accidents. But mentally, put your hands together for the fantastic, the amazing, the supercalifragilistic. Alex Nathan is in the building. Welcome, bienvenue.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys having me up here.
Anytime, man. Easy. Was that X-Men 96 or 97?
I think it was 96, if I remember
96?
It might have been 97.
97.
It was 97. All right. Well, look, I just went to Cypress Hill last night, so I might
no
not
excuses. No excuses,
No,
sir. You should know. You should know better. You should know better, but it's not about you. It's about Mr. Alex Nathan. You were born and raised in New Haven, Connecticut. How was your hometown influenced by your music? Or how has your hometown influenced your music? That's a better way to say it.
Honestly, a lot of people say that our city doesn't have a sound per se, so
okay,
it influences me to try to think outside the box and make other sounds that you don't normally hear. I like to combine a lot of things together, like anime rap with modern hip hop, stuff like that, because I am a nerd. I have no problem saying that, but it pretty much influenced me to stand out.
You started your music at age 5. What was your earliest memory of connecting with sound or rhythm? If you can take that DeLorean back.
Jeez. Honestly, it would be so my aunt raised me. She took me in when I was 4 due to some family circumstances. And one of her favorite artists was, in fact, Michael Jackson, as well as mine. So she would play a lot of Michael Jackson music, and I would always try to find myself like trying to figure out what the notes were without not really understanding the music and science behind it. And I always loved the rhythm. I would always find myself either drumming on the desk or humming a melody in my head. And what really pushed it was when I was in elementary school, my music teacher actually, I don't remember what music program he had, but he had a music production program, and he had us try it out. Nobody wanted to try it, but because I was so influenced with music, I decided to give it a shot. And it really opened my perspective on like how music was made, not only lively, but also on the computer. Right. So, yeah.
Nice.
What was that first Michael Jackson song that caught your eye?
Thriller.
Thriller? Easy one. Video too or no?
Absolutely. Honestly, when the Michael Jackson Wii game came out, my mother, my sister, and I, we would all play, and I think I always had the highest Thriller score no matter who came over. I always had to have the highest Thriller score. Like, it was that serious.
AJ, you were already playing multiple instruments. Which instrument came first, and which do you feel most connected to you today?
Honestly, the keyboard came first, even though I wanted to play the drum set.
Mm.
But because there were about 4 or 5 other boys in the orchestra that wanted to play drums too, I kind of had to accept what was given. And so I started on the keys, but my best friend got off the bass and got on the violin. And the bass was just an interesting instrument. Like I love the feels and the vibrations of the bass. So I pretty much gave it a shot, asked my teacher to switch instruments. And I was so good that I brought, like I said, I brought the music to him. He had us go home and listen to it. And when I came in the next day, he gave me the bass and I played the notes pretty much like note for note with maybe one mistake. And I had never touched the bass before.
Wow.
And my music teacher was so impressed. And I kept doing it over and over. He literally called my mother the next day and was like, listen, I'll go half with you, but we need to put a bass in his hands. And ever since then, bass has been like the instrument I connect with the most.
Has been used in most of your beats?
Yes, absolutely.
How did learning different instruments shape your style as a rapper and producer? Just multiple instruments, if I could just elaborate the question anymore.
Learning multiple instruments helped me learn multiple styles of music. So I was never like stuck in one box of just, hip hop, R&B, pop. Like I could actually like dive in multiple different genres and actually be comfortable trying them out. I have no issues with all types of music. Like I love country, metal. It doesn't matter. As long as it's music, I pretty much love it. Because you can make something out of anything. You could take a folk song and make it into a pop song, or a country song into a dubstep song. Like that's how universal music is. So, yeah, no, that probably would be that. In terms of production wise and artist wise, honestly, because I was so influenced by Michael Jackson and Chris Brown and those type of artists, my project actually kind of like envelops that emotion and spirit of music. And I always find myself being able to connect to that music a lot more than most. Just because there's a lot more intricacies that go into like pop songs and stuff like that that people don't really understand, but like that's where the production side comes into. So yeah.
You started rapping at 13. What made that choice?
I was in middle school and I had some upperclassmen who were doing like this, Students Against Drugs campaign type thing. And that's when they were rapping like that. And I find it interesting because I always felt like I could rap better than them. No shade, no tea, no shade. So besides playing the music instruments live, I was like, I'm going to dabble in trying to write. And I will be honest, my rapping was complete garbage. Dumpster juice, throw it away. It was bad. Like it was to the point where I switched to poetry because I was just like, yeah, this side right here, they're not too like critiquing on me. Poetry could be anything, but this, yeah, no. But it took me years to really cultivate my craft and really like I had to read a thesaurus, couple, days, encyclopedias, like just to get different wordplay, word flow. Triple entendres. Like it's a lot of research behind like bars these days. A lot of people just like the simple things, but my type of bars, I like to have different meanings. Like I'll take one word and split it up and mean 3 different things. Like I like that type of writing.
Any lunch table battles?
When it came to like making beats on the table, yeah, absolutely. Rapping, I would just kindly exclude myself out in the background. I'm the hype man right there. Yup, you got that. But don't ask me. Nope, no lunch table battles. I couldn't do it.
What about now? Do you think you could take it on the lunch table now?
Oh, absolutely. I have no problem with that. I have a lot more experience now.
Just want to make sure, because you got to stay a fighter. You got to stay a fighter and stay in fighting shape,
Absolutely.
Do you feel being both a producer and a rapper gives you an edge when creating music?
Absolutely, because I know my own sound already. I don't have to try to figure out what beat is fine, because I can literally make a beat right there and I'm like, yep, this is mine. I could do that. And because I'm my own engineer, again, I know my own sound. So it's not it. It makes the process 10 times easier when you literally can do all three things.
Right.
Alex, it's been a great conversation so far, but if you can just do me one favor to help us out with the camera, if you could just like close those blinds right behind your head, because there's like this big light and everything. And I
Okay.
just don't want it to overshadow, because it overshadows your face.
Okay.
That's all.
1 second.
Yeah, no worries. Take your time. Take your time.
Jesus, like.
Yeah.
No, but it's really interesting to see like
It
the
is.
growth of the individual and see the multi-instrumental, and where on the instrument side he was like, yes, this is definitely where I want to tune in. This is definitely what's going on. And then also from the hip hop side itself and the lyrical side, it took longer to grow and to mature on. So I love that about your story. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I had a lot of people. I was in a group called New Militia at one point in time in my middle school, going into high school days. And I was more of the producer and engineer than the rapper. They tried to get me to rap. They didn't really like my rapping. I still kept trying, but it wasn't up to par for them, at least. And honestly, that pushed me to be like, okay, what can I do to make it better where other people that are in the craft will respect my writing abilities?
Right.
So it was a lot of times where I was just by myself. Everybody's like, come to do a session or come and make this beat. I'm like, yeah, nah. Y'all tried to play me. I got to go back into the lab and recreate who I thought I was real quick.
Was there a timetable for yourself, or there wasn't, because you wanted to perfect yourself more and you wanted to feel ready besides being ready?
Honestly, there was no timetable. Really, because there were so many different parts of my craft that I can do that I really can't put a time limit on just one, because I do so many things. It honestly gives me time to really cultivate each one at the pace that I want to, while still like keeping tabs on everybody else and where they're at right now.
How do you balance showcasing your instrumental skills versus your rap performance?
So, yeah.
Ooh. He's been stunned. He's on the ropes.
I don't really balance them well. I will be honest.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay, that's an honest answer.
I find myself sometimes, well, like I said before, because I do all three, it makes it easier, but it also does create a lot of chaos, because I might also get into that writer's block in all three sections at one time.
Right.
So it's like, I think I can engineer this, but now there's a little bit too much lows in the song and it's aggravating me to all ends, because now I can't get it out. So now I'm going to move over here to this beat. Now those hi-hats are just annoying me and I can't find the right snare. You know what? Now I'm going to try to write. Now I can't figure out a line that rhymes with orange. I'm done. Like, I'm done. So sometimes I just take a sabbatical from all three and like really try to like dive into a realm. Like sometimes I'll listen to like old school Kanye West to get back into like the instrumental realm. And if I want to listen to like lyrics that'll put me into like the R&B realm, I'll just go listen to some Chris Brown. And just because I'm a big Chris Brown fan. Like sometimes I put myself in those positions to just focus on those one things. And as of right now, with the help of a lot of other artists, I kind of am now forced to balance myself between making beats and writing. And it makes it so that way I'm not comfortable. You know, I'm not staying comfortable. I'm always uncomfortable. And that's what I kind of need to keep going.
Is Chris Brown that dream collaboration?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. I got a whole bunch of beats. I got beats. I even have them on YouTube labeled Chris Brown. I don't care. Listen. Yes.
Now, do you have beats for the R&B, or do you have beats for the rap, or beats for both?
I actually have beats for both, because I have people in my group that do more rapping than singing, and I'm pretty much one of two that do singing, while there's 4 to 5 that just rap. I kind of have to like appease to them a lot more, which kind of sucks from time to time, because it's just like, I want to do my R&B, but y'all keep putting me over here in this box. No shade.
No, that's also your opportunity to take that and knock it out of the park and really, if they're not creating that space for you, create it for yourself. Drop the
Absolutely.
bars, but drop them in an R&B stance, and really spin this perspective of it. That really will highlight that type of aspect of it. So I would also take that as a straight up challenge and be like, okay, they can't do what you do, so you need to do it.
Yeah.
Your first instrumental project was Alex Nathan Music Volume 1. What inspired you to release that before vocal albums?
Beat for beat.
Okay.
Beat for beat inspired me because at the time, and even right now, I still think I am top 10 producer. You can Google it, whatever. You can stamp it. Notary. I don't care what you say. I feel like I am the top 10 in CT as producers. So the instrumental tape was kind of my way, like my foot in the door. Even though it wasn't a loud kick, it was still enough to be like, okay, I'm here and I'm making beats and I'm going to make a name for myself, which if you look at the cover, it's the Kids Next Door background, which is,
Right.
Alex Nathan Music. Yeah. So, yeah, that was a fun little project to release real quick. I have not dropped the instrumental project in a while, which I am working on.
Now, I have a question about that beat for beat, because if I remember that beat for beat correctly, it was one of the most historic when they were battles that was there, and that was the most amount of money I've seen in the comments on offering to buy the individual beats. If I remember correctly, it was that historic of an evening.
Yeah.
And you were versus Doc Damage, right?
No, I think
No.
I was against, it was either Bink B or Zilla,
Okay.
but I'm pretty sure it was against Bink B.
Okay. Then it was Big B, and it was really like incredible how you were elevated to that type of aspect of it. Now that gets you to make this instrumental tape. That makes you get ready into different cliques and different groups and stuff like that. And can we speak of the group in which you rock and roll with right now?
I currently have a group called Music Wave.
Mhm.
It's consists of myself and 6 other artists, one being a visual artist and the other being music artists. I'm also partnered with another group called Swank Mob. Shout out to the mob. But my baby is Music Wave.
Was Project X based on the movie or your own interpretation?
Definitely a good portion of the movie. The other interpretation from myself. That project pretty much was everywhere. It was chaotic. It had features that didn't really belong with each other.
Oh,
songs
wow.
that were kind of like out there, but everything was just fun and party. And Project X, it literally just emitted Project X and energy. So I feel
Right.
like I actually like did my job when it came to portraying what I wanted for the project.
Mhm.
Sound quality, you only get better over time, but it definitely was a great start. And then, now we have Project Ecstasy.
The Reject is a bold title. What's the story behind it?
A lot. So during that period of time when I made that project, a lot of people were doubting my music abilities. And it was a really dark time for me because music is normally my outlet to like express myself, be happy. And at that point in time, everything was just crashing down and it just wasn't working. So it was pretty much was an album to basically say, I don't really care what you guys got to say anymore. I'm going to do what I want to do. And I'm going to do some things that you really weren't expecting me to do. Like a couple of tracks for me, I don't normally have that type of energy behind it, but it's because I don't, and you guys keep telling me not to or to do that I did it. So
How does Project X2C differ from the first Project X?
definitely quality in terms of the engineering, the beat selection definitely is way better. Um, I kind of try to stay away from the chaoticness of features, but unfortunately, the whole entire project is feature based. So, I kind of try to make myself like the DJ Khaled of like features, try to get as many people on different songs that you normally wouldn't hear together, just so that way everybody can kind of shine in a different way.
Right.
And I'll even take a back seat from a song. Like there's a couple of songs on the project where I'm just doing the hook, and I'm perfectly okay with doing the hook, not doing a verse, because as long as the two people that did the verse shine, I still shine. It's my beat and I mixed it. So I don't really care, you know? But yeah, my whole goal is to kind of get everybody to shine in some type of way based off of something that I can contribute.
Which out of all your projects do you feel best represents who you are right now?
Oh no.
Ooh.
Cue the Jeopardy music, Izzy, please.
Do, 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 do. We did not pay for the copyright.
We didn't.
That's
We didn't.
crazy.
We didn't.
Okay, he's got three answers. I can tell there's three answers there. There's
three
the
answers.
Answer,
there's three answers.
There's the answer he tells the public. There's the answer in which he tells himself, and then there's the answer he don't tell nobody.
Okay, that's true. We'll give him that.
Okay, so if I'm gonna give an answer
on WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven, Alex Nathan is with us, and he's deciding what to say right now.
I'm gonna say The Reject.
Okay.
Because I'm still trying to prove to people that I'm actually somebody worth paying attention to, and I'm still going against a lot of what people are trying to tell me based off of what they think and not what's actually best for my own interests. So, and then probably Project Ecstasy would be second.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, Project X would probably be the one I wouldn't say anything about because my life's just chaotic, filled with just things that just do not belong together right now or wouldn't normally be seen as being put together.
It dropped this week, right? Project X2C. Congratulations on that.
Yesterday, actually. Thank you.
Congratulations on that. How did it feel to finally have that out, and how much time did it take to actually put the masterpiece together?
It took 3 years.
Okay.
Honestly, it was supposed to drop last year during the summer. I did not feel comfortable with the song selection, the editing, and I just kept beating myself up. So I pushed it back yet again to this year. So I had a lot of time to really think and cultivate other stuff because another year brought more energy and influence behind the beats that I were making. So I was able to add new songs that I wasn't able to have before if I would have dropped it. And it brought more energy and a whole different look and aspect to the project. So in all retrospect, in all aspect, I guess it was a good thing that I pushed it back another year.
What themes or messages do you hope listeners take from Project X2C? Am I saying that right, Project X2C?
Pretty much. It's a play on the word X2C and then,
Ecstasy. I got you. Ecstasy.
Yeah.
All right.
Honestly, this project was pretty much a male perspective into relationships because we typically hear all the time how females feel in relationships. We aren't this and guys is that. And okay, cool. Let's have a guy's perspective on not even the rapping part, just the singing and how we feel during the relationship process. And pretty much that's what it is. It's for the ladies too, but it really is guys, I'm representing what I know you guys feel, but you probably will not say. So here you go.
Biggest challenge in putting the project together?
Features. Oh my goodness. Features. First, I would just like to say, I had no tea, no shade to all female vocalists out there in New Haven, but you guys kind of suck.
Oh wow!
Is
that a hot take from you?
I only say this because I reached out to a lot, and I mean a lot of different female artists in the city, even just connection wise. If you could do me a favor to do this, I would even pay. I don't even care. I'll pay for the verse. And when it came down to it, just ghosted me, just shadowed me, no nothing. And if I'm willing to pay, and you're telling me I need to pay, and you just ghost me, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Don't get my hopes up because I already now have this plan with you involved, and you just now gotta go back to square one. And that's my only issue. That's why, shout out to the female artist I finally got last second, which was very surprising. But it's harder to find a female vocalist that is consistent nowadays, at least in terms of like, are you really serious about what you want to do? Because if you are, here's the bread. What are you doing? That's how I feel. That's just how I feel. Not everybody, but a good portion just got to get their priorities situated in terms of connections with people.
Who is your favorite child on the project?
You said, what's my favorite?
Your favorite child, your favorite track.
Yeah, which one's your
on the project? Oh my goodness! Don't do that. Do you?
Oh no, that we're here. This is you're here now. It is time to be.
We do this
as brutal and as honest as possible.
Oh no, because everyone has a feature on a track. So if
no,
the hot seat here.
No, because the next question is going to be the hot seat. This one's just a warm seat. Trust me.
No, so I don't like that. My baby on the track. Oh gosh. I'm going to say it is Ocean.
Okay.
I'm sorry, all my Music Wave members, because that means you guys are not included in except for one. But yeah, it would be Ocean.
Ocean. Now, the second question, the follow-up to that is, who's your favorite feature?
That came out of left field. I didn't even write that down.
Wow. Oh, wow. Can I plead the fifth?
Yes, you can plead the fifth.
You can. This is your interview. You can.
I'm going to have to plead the fifth because I see majority of these guys on a daily basis.
All right, well, who does it feel the most natural with, though? Where it doesn't actually feel like it's where it feels more like a collaboration than just a feature.
OMG Apollo. And that's because we actually went to middle school together. So, and we were in the orchestra together. So we already had musical chemistry back then, and it just kept going through the years. And it was a surprise to me when he started rapping. And when I heard his music, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need you right there on that track. Right there. That's right. It works. And yeah, it just flows effortlessly.
Right.
When making music, what do you usually start with first? The beat, the lyrics, or the concept?
The beat. I always start with the beat, and like I say, I only make the beat based off of the way I'm feeling or the energy that I've been feeling that entire day. So like if I'm feeling kind of like in a rough mood, I'm gonna make like a hip hop trap beat with a lot of 808s. And behind that, now I'm like, okay, I've got an aggressive beat, so I gotta talk about something aggressive. Well, I'm gonna talk about how I don't like y'all and y'all can't beat me. Cool. Right. There we go. Now I got my lyrics. Okay, now let me see. Now I gotta talk about how I don't like them. Cool. Now I'm gonna write about Goku not liking somebody and this and this and that. Like, and that's how my process goes. It's just easy like that.
It's so super interesting because I would love to see the other perspective of that. Like I have this really hard beat, and I'm going to say some of the softest stuff out there over that beat, just to get that different type of contrast. And it's something that people aren't really doing right now. It's something actually we just started doing with the SP. I started doing some positive reinforcement chants in the middle of a song, and people are like, what's going on? It feels so awkward, but it's something different, something that wasn't provided before. So I say take that as the opportunity, and some of that heaviest darkest beat, maybe throw a little bit of R&B on that.
I like a challenge. I'll do it.
There you go. I like to Dez. Let's go. Giddy up.
I got it.
For instrumentals, usually digital, live instruments for you, or a little bit of both?
It's always going to be a little bit of both. There's going to be times where like I don't feel like pulling out the keyboard. Well, currently I don't have one. So honestly, a lot of the times where I make beats, I'm inputting each note by note. And yeah, it's a pain, but I've gotten so used to it, and I've been playing keyboard for over 17, 18 years. So it's like it's what seems like a very long process for most people. Now for me, it's just like click, 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 click. I already know what I'm hearing and I can translate it because I already know. But it's easy to pull out the bass and just start grooving 808 lines and just adding a little bit of distortion here after I put it, live. So yeah, I kind of just again the vibe and how I'm feeling.
How do you know personally that when a song is done?
Honestly, I feel like it's done when I feel like I can't add anything else to it, because I am my biggest critique. So I'll let all the guys hear it and they'll be like, yeah, it goes hard. And I'm just like, you basic people. You have no music intelligence whatsoever. This is what? This goes hard to y'all? Yeah, okay. Now I don't want to talk to y'all anymore. I'm going back into the lab. And now I'm gonna sit for a couple of hours and be like, all right, let me tweak this, let me tweak that. And only when I can finally be like, I can stop touching that now, then I know it's done.
It's like making a good sauce. You know what I'm saying? You have to add the right spices and stuff like that, but it's only done when you can taste the fact that you can taste all the elements that are there. And it's the same thing when you're creating your song, where you can literally taste or feel all the elements that are necessary, that are supposed to be there. So I love the fact that you take that and you take the positive, constructive criticism that your people give you, and you're like, yes, I'm now going to take all that into a negative point of view, and I'm going to drive harder to the goal. So I like that. It's a good way to stay motivated.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that.
How's your studio vibe? Quiet, focus, or loud energy? Or depending on the person that you're with in the studio?
Honestly, it depends on the person. I pretty much vibe what energy that whoever I'm working with vibes with. So if you're quiet, I'm just going to be like, okay, work. Hey, I think you should get lit on those vocals, bro. Like, bring some energy. Yeah, nah, this could use some more energy. And that's my way of just being like, I'm going to need you to turn up. So I don't necessarily want to, but I'm not going to make this a stale studio session. So we're going to turn up together. And I will play that facade if I have to. I will play that beacon of light that you need me to be in order for you to turn up, but I can't have a boring studio session. It just can't be just stale vocals, stale emotion, stale everything, because especially if you're getting a beat from me, you got to be the life of the party, because I'm the life of the party behind the party. If you're getting a beat from me, so liven up, shake it all out. What you need? You need some water? You do some jumper jacks? I'll do it with you. I don't care. Let's just get that energy up.
I agree.
Do you make your vocalist stretch? Because that's what I would do if they're really stale. Yeah, if they're really stale or they're very rigid in the booth itself. I make them stretch, touch their toes, treat them like they're kindergartners, and just be like, okay, now shout out really loud, yay, and now really soft, yay. Now be a lion, roar. Now you're a bunny, beep 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 beep.
I make them do some things, some weird activities, but if like say some of them come up to me like, hey, bro, I'm about to sing on the track like you, I'm like, okay. First off, no, you're not. Second of all, if you are, then we're definitely doing some vocal exercises, because you do not do this normally. So first, we're going to make sure that you can get enough air in your lungs. Do these stretches. Now we're going to do some weird chants, and you're going to hate me because you're just, it's going to be very weird. You're going to be
Do you hit them with the grip top sock?
Absolutely.
Nice.
So
nice.
I really do try to better them while also taking those lessons and bettering myself, because they'll then take what I taught them and be like, okay, Alex, have you done your exercises today? And I'm like, well, I can't let you not only be accountable, so let me go ahead and be accountable too. Let me do what I tell you to do. That way you're not thinking I'm just leading you down a ship of, treacherous waters. I also am the captain and shall do exactly what I tell my crew to do.
How do you protect your voice?
Let's just say I don't always protect it.
Oh.
I don't always protect it. I will drink tea with honey, stuff like that, because I am a vocalist more than a rapper. But
Right.
rapper side, cough, cough, we don't protect our vocals. But I am starting to get to a point where, like, I know, since I'm more of a melodic person in terms of the music that people want to hear from me, I have to start preserving my voice. So, like, now I'm starting to get things to, like, take all the gunk and stuff out of my lungs and really clean out my system, so that way I can really do what I got to do and not be on stage huffing and puffing, be like, 1 minute, I need my asthma pump. Hold on, guys. Y'all dance without me. I got this. Yep. Ocean. Yep. Yeah, no, I don't want to have to do that. So I'm starting to get myself into shape.
How do you get your music heard in a space where mainstream artists dominate?
That's the difficult part. Because you're fighting with everyone, you kind of have to be in everybody's face. And nowadays, people don't want you in their face. They're just like, I'm gonna pick whoever I want to pick, and mainstream will dominate. So a lot of it is sharing it with people that likes your type of music, get them around those people that also like that type of music. It
Right.
only takes one person, and if you can find the right group of people that like your music, they probably hang out with those similar people, and it just keeps spreading.
Independent route gives you more independent freedom and creative freedom. What are some challenges you face being an independent artist in Connecticut?
Not a lot of support, both from fans and other artists and creatives, because we have the crab in a bucket mentality. We kind of just keep dragging each other down while trying to boost each other up, like boost ourselves up. There are like some groups, like shout out to the Breed, they're doing great things for New Haven and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
But they're pretty much like a diamond in the rough when it comes to people that actually want to see other people succeed rather than just see themselves succeed. A lot of other people want to be seen, so it creates that situation where, okay, well, I'll put you on the feature, but you're not going to do better than me. This track is for me. Like, we have a lot of that in New Haven, so it's like you don't really see that there's a lot of talent when there really is a lot of talent.
What advice would you give to a young artist trying to break into the music scene right now?
Learn everything and do everything. And I'm only saying it to a degree. At some point, yes, you are going to need a team, because you cannot do everything by yourself. But with me being an artist, a producer, and an engineer, and learning the business aspect of everything, I can now be in a room with other people that may look at me and be like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But then I give you a whole bunch of business jargon, and you're looking at me like, oh, he knows what he's talking about. Absolutely. I took the time to research. Me and my best friend have the saying in our group: do your research. Everything that you touch, you have to do your research on. So do your research and learn everything.
What are some stuff that you're learning yourself right now?
I'm still learning more ins and outs of the engineering field. I mean, I've been doing it for a while, but there's always new things to learn, always different techniques to get to a different result or the same result. So every day I'm always learning a different engineering technique, a different, compressor or, DS or all types of plugins and stuff like that. So it's always an uphill battle when it comes to being an engineer, but I love it.
Where is Alex Nathan 5 years from now, creatively, musically, and just a person?
That's funny, because me and my business partner have a 5-year plan. We will be taking the main Music Wave members and moving down south to start a Music Wave Studios in South Carolina. When you think of music down south, you think ATL, Georgia, Florida, that scene, but you don't really think of the Carolinas or, Virginias or any of that. And South Carolina does have a good music scene, but it's covered by the fact that there's no one that's willing to either let you in their home if you have a home studio or record you. So I felt like that's a great market. Go down there, capitalize on that and really push sound.
You got family in South Carolina? Why that location?
I do have family down there. I do have family in that space, but honestly, I've taken a couple of trips down there, and a lot of people that I've met through other friends of friends, they've said that, you know, they want to do music, but there's nowhere to actually go down south to do like record at. There's no studios around there. So the more I kept hearing it, I'm like, okay, that just seems like a market that might be very profitable and easy to kind of dig into. I mean, nothing is ever easy, but it'll probably be a lot easier than actually being overshadowed in a place that's so saturated by like producers and artists and people trying to come up now.
WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Preston, with my partner in crime, Long Island raised, Elm City made, Mr. EZ BlueZ. Outside of music, what keeps you grounded and inspired, Alex?
My children. I have 2 kids.
That's awesome.
As much as, you know, sometimes the 4-year-old, you know, I want to be the Green Goblin to his Spider-Man and just, you know, but I love them nonetheless.
Finally, what's one thing you want the world to know about Alex Nathan that they can't learn from just streaming your music?
You guys with these questions today. Wow.
It's a radio show. You're here to be interviewed.
I know, but I just like, wow, I've never been this thrown off since the time I found out that my daughter was a daughter and not a son.
Woo!
But anyway, you have to be around me to truly understand my sound. You're not going to get that through listening to my music. You'll understand who I am to a degree, but you'll never know me unless you actually get to know me.
Right. That's awesome.
This final moment of the interview is for you. Please plug, replug, tell the rest of what you're doing in the rest of 2025. Anything that you got coming up, please plug yourself and give out those social medias. This time is for you, Alex. Go right ahead.
Well, guys, you can find me on Instagram at official Alex Nathan, Twitter, Alex Nathan, everywhere else, YouTube, Spotify, all type of music streaming platforms, Alex Nathan. I currently do not have any other like upcoming projects going on, but you might get an instrumental project in the works. Alex Nathan Music Volume 2 might be in the works. It's a little hush hush. I have to talk to some other producers because I wanted to be a producer-wide tape, a little different take on my last project. It's going to really be the Kids Next Door theme type of project. So that'll probably be the only other thing. Yeah. And again, if you're looking for me, it's Alex Nathan everywhere you need to find me.
We got a little bit of time left. Let's do a fun one to close it off. Dream, you are the DJ Khaled, the new DJ Khaled of your generation.
Absolutely.
Alive or dead, besides Chris Brown and Michael Jackson, who else will be on the Dream features?
Busta Rhymes is going to be on a Dream feature. Gotta have him. Gotta have Kendrick Lamar on the feature. Honestly, and I would love to have vocals from Whitney Houston.
That's it.
And of course, no. Wait, so I can have as many people because I don't want
as many people as you want.
Oh wow,
this is your team.
Wow.
It's your fantasy, sir.
Sheesh. Oh, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
As long as Michael Jackson and Prince can play nice, I would like a guitar solo from Prince.
You wouldn't have to work a day in your life after that.
And then who's gonna help me with everything? Quincy Jones.
There you go. Executive producing it.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Nathan, thank you so much. It's been a great conversation.
This has been great. I appreciate you guys for having me. Thank you so much.
WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven, myself, Preston, and my partner in crime, Long Island raised, Elm City made, Mr. EZ BlueZ. We appreciate everybody. Stay connected.
What the With the